And welcome back to What If, the last What If of the week of What Ifs. I'm also feeling a lot better, by the way, in case anyone cares. As some people might notice that a few videos back, I was talking about how I was getting acid reflux and heartburn. It was bad. Actually had to take a day off of work. It was that bad, but no, I'm doing a lot better now. And we left off with this last What If, part 3. Now we're on part 4 of What If Whis had adopted Goku. So, see if my voice is good enough for this. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Whis had adopted Goku part 4. Well, last time on part 3, Goku had just bitch slapped Vegeta and Nappa, taking out Vegeta's tail. Raditz had gone off. Had also gone back to Frieza as well. Raditz is still alive. They had gone to report their findings. Raditz, though, is still vastly conflicted on where he is right now with his brother and with his standing. And Nappa and Vegeta both let it slip that Goku is there and he is his power. Where he kicked their ass basically. Now remember, power wise, Goku at this point isn't at his. Did I put him at his super level? Yeah, no, he's pretty much Dragon Ball super level Goku at this point. He can do Super Saiyan 2. I believe he's even learned Super Saiyan 3. He learned that through his 5 years between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, he has Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. He does not have, though, Kaioken. That's the one big thing he doesn't have right now is Kaioken. Should be noted also, he still has his tail. And let's be clear, that tail may be coming into effect later on in the story. Not necessarily this part, but later on. Ooh, excuse me. Better, but I still got a bit of the burps. So if you'll see me do this occasionally. So we cut to Frieza basically saying that he's going to go and he's heading to Earth. This causes King Kai to get in touch with Kami, who then later gets in touch with Goku. Goku, meanwhile, is on Earth dealing with the ramifications of what was going on there. He's spoken to by Kami about Frieza's coming. He said that he'll be there probably within a time span of about a year. That's what we'll say. So Goku basically says Goku knows who Frieza is because Beerus and Whis have know who Frieza is. I think the whole lore is that Beerus actually allowed Frieza to just go off and destroy things because he's lazy. So he's actually gonna says I want you guys stay here and train, get stronger. And you too, Gohan, you train too. It's like, what, can't I come with you to see Grandpa? And so it's like, nah, this is something that I'm gonna have to talk to Grandpa. This is a serious matter. I gotta talk to Grandpa and Uncle Beerus about. So he goes back home, his home, gives Bulma a kiss goodbye, and it says be safe and all that. Remember, Gohan's also roughly around 10,000 at this point. His power is quite impressive, and. I can't. And I'll be honest, I don't know. Yeah, Raditz is not. Raditz he's a little stronger for the Zenkai, but he's not hasn't been training as far as I remember in this scenario. He goes to talk to Beerus. Whis and Beerus are both like, oh, Goku, you're back. So what's new? And then he explains to Vegeta's like, Vegeta, oh, I remember. He just remembers mocking his dad, and Goku's like, oh, come on, really? Like, well, he didn't. Well, they were being disrespectful. I had to put them in their place. Anyway, and then he explains that Frieza's coming, and this actually perks up Beerus's ears a little bit. It's like, oh, and he basically explains that Frieza's coming, but Earth has become basically this much of his home as well as much of his home as Beerus's planet is. So he would be talking to him, and we says, well, Goku, I mean, we're deities. I'm an angel. I'm an angel, and Beerus is a deity. He's a god of destruction. We can't intervene with mortal habits unless it's on a cosmic level threat, or threatens the entire universe. And here goes a burp. Hold on. But we also can't stop you from doing anything. You may be the answer to that. Yes, if you really want to go and stop Frieza, I'm not going to stop you. Though, truth be told, I wouldn't mind having a nice little face-to-face just to see the look on his. And then Goku's like, well, King Kami said that he's gonna probably be here in about a year there, so you're one. And then Goku's actually like, he actually gets a kind of like a mischievous thing. Oh, you want to give him a fright? And then even Beerus is like, Oh, what did you have in mind? um, so basically, we're gonna cut ahead now to a year. Goku has basically been meditating, working on just working on his ki control, all that, and I mean, we're not going to see Super Saiyan 4 Goku, at least right now. Though I feel that it's similar to what I did. Whoa, wow, which one was it? Where was Goku raised by the Red Ribbon Army? You spoilers a little bit for that. Goku did eventually learn Super Saiyan 4 in that what if. It would be one of those things that Goku, knowing he has his tail, knowing he can go Zaru, and knowing that he actually has control, having been taught by Whis his whole life, could theoretically learn Super Saiyan 4 through some method in that. Particularly because living on a planet with a bunch of moons or going on moons and things along. Eventually, he could probably find access to that form. It wouldn't be right now, but he's training with it. Practices going Super Saiyan and turning Ozaru, all that kind of stuff. You get red-haired God Super Ozaru. You get Super Saiyan Blue Ozaru. So you get all those forms. But eventually, everyone's still training. Doing their best. They're all roughly double their power because they had an extra year to train. Oh no, they didn't. Sorry, that was the other one. But they'll all be double their power, roughly speaking, or at least more significantly stronger initially. So after training with that, and Piccolo is also pretty powerful. He's roughly, I'd say, around, because I had put him at say 2,000. I think I had put him like around 10. I'm honestly blanking where I put him on the last video. We'll say 10. I think 10's a solid number for right now. I might be lowballing it, but that's okay. Piccolo is also now really going all out in the training. I think I gave him. That's right. I gave Piccolo the hyperbolic time chamber second go around. So he's got no more hyperbolic time chamber left in him, but I do fully believe he's like around 20. That's right, he was around 20,000. Now that I remember. And again, I might be that wrong, but I think I'm roughly correct in that. That was around. He's somewhere between 16 and 20. Anyway, so a lot of high velocity training between him, Goku, Gohan. Gohan's probably gets a nice buffer at this point, having learned a little bit from Whis and things along those lines. He's able to pass some of that knowledge on. Same with Goku. So Piccolo's actually getting a lot of solid training, as well as pretty much everyone. I imagine everyone besides training on their own would probably train together too, because Goku and everyone in company bring that kind of camaraderie a little bit. So I mean, you'd probably get all the human warriors probably in the low teen thousands. So I mean, Tien would probably still be the strongest because he was just kind of the naturally strongest. He'd probably be around 15,000. I would put Krillin though above Yamcha. I think he clearly had more potential. I think. So he's probably around 13,000. Yamcha's probably around 11,000. Chaozu's roughly speaking in the 2,000 area. Again, not a power martial arts strong character, but a psychically strong character. Gohan would be pushing a nice hefty probably 35,000. Piccolo also is probably now right out around 50,000. Goku power again. At this point now, it's a little redundant to talk about Goku's power level because he can easily just bitch slap anyone around more or less right now. So, I mean, eventually Frieza does show up, and, Goku gives the cue. So, he shows up with his army. The Z Fighters are taking care of his armies pretty well. But he's also brought the Ginyu Force along. And, he more or less, they had struggled with the Ginyu Force. Goku eventually shows up and starts bitch slapping the Ginyu Force. Just boom, boom, boom. Captain Ginyu tries to use his power changing ability, but Goku's been training with a god, so he's got the reflexes. He's pushing Ultra Instinct to some degree too. He's not quite there, but because he can't get access mastered Ultra Instinct. It's about breaking his limits. But he can do a little. I think at this point he could probably muster Ultra Instinct Omen. He's probably done that in a fight with Beerus before. Beerus does know a little Ultra Instinct himself, but neither of them have mastered it. So that it makes it for a pretty good sparring, I imagine. But Goku's just, bitch slapping. Frieza then finally shows up. Goku's probably been suppressing his power. He just powers up his base already. And Frieza's like, what's that rating say? And I was like, oh, nothing. So eventually Frieza just goes full power. He goes to his final form. He's like, are you scared yet, monkey? No. But I would say that, or not really. By the way, since I got you here, does someone would like to have a conversation with you? It's like, oh, and who's that? Well, hello, Frieza. And then Frieza just goes, and just slowly turns on. And it just sees Beerus just lazily staring at him. Just, hello, Frieza. Oh, yes, Frieza. Uh, yes, and he just says, what are you doing? Well, I was contemplating, I came here, what, A, because I was contemplating destroying you. But I figured I'd leave that up to my nephew here. And but B, mostly me and Whis here are just here for the desserts. And Bulma's just there, and she's got a great. She's got like that ice cream parfait. It was like, oh, thank you, Bo. Oh, so good. It's like I do. Whis, this is awesome. And then he hears the name Whis, like, wait, and then he connects to it. Wait, this is what? That's your father? Oh, what? It's like, yeah. And then Goku decides to just show off God Key for a little bit and shows off Super Saiyan Gun. Just and Frieza at this point is just it's like and this Goku has less qualms about the killing. Sure, he loves a good match, but he's also got a family. He's got friends, and he understands about balance in the universe more. Plus, he's got Beerus, so he can always get a good match with Beerus. And he still hasn't really ever beaten Beerus, though he's probably come close on some regards, in some occasions. So at this point now, it's just, yeah. It's like, bye. And then just obliterates Frieza. Basically takes out his army and destroys the ship. So there's that. So we end the Frieza saga pretty much there. Everyone's just like, whoa, yeah. Meanwhile, back in now, you would think that the Saiyans would be there, and they probably are, but they're probably in the background because they know they can't beat Goku, and they're probably watching Goku at this point. Now Raditz is just floored by it. He just obliterated Frieza in no time flat, and Vegeta's now just livid. Plus, he recognizes Beerus and Whis, and Nappa is also like, and well, he recognizes Beerus anyway, and Nappa even recognizes Beerus. It's like, Vegeta. It's like, yeah, and basically, we're going Nappa now. We'll say, we'll train hard and we'll find a way to surpass even the gods. We will be, basically they'll be number one and all that stuff. They'll be the greatest. Raditz, however, is not sure what to make of it. I mean, he's simply he's flat. I mean, at one point he's upset, but at another point he's actually extremely proud of his brother, of his family, that he was not only able to surpass the Prince of all Saiyans, the strongest of their race. He pretty much became the strongest Saiyan in existence now. He became Goku, Super Saiyan God, and he realizes that this is not his. There's no place he can have here, but he gives like the smile at Goku, and Goku actually offhand senses his brother too, and actually looks at him. And there's kind of that like mutual understanding look where Raditz gives a nod, and Goku nods back and understands, like, yeah, I think we've come to understand. So they're gonna leave each in pods, but Raditz goes off on his own. Raditz knows, like, look, I'm gonna just train on my own, maybe make a life for myself somewhere else. I'm not following in suit with Vegeta at this point anymore. I don't agree with his ideals. I don't agree with his ego. And honestly, but I also have really no place among these people. So I'm just gonna go off and do my own thing. Will we see Raditz again? It's possible. I'll be honest, I don't know right now. I think if I can. Here's the thing: I can allow us to see him again, certainly. But if I choose not to, I've given him a good out. But I'm certain we'll see Nappa and Vegeta again. But for now, we got the year now. Time-wise, there's like at least 2 years apiece before Trunks showed up at minimum. So through that, I mean, Goku's now practicing with the Goku feels like he's close to Super Saiyan 4 at this point. Whis and Beerus have also been visiting the planet off and on. Again, there's really no one that pisses. There's no Boo. There's no Vegeta's arrogance. There's no one that's really pissing Beerus off. So the planet wouldn't really be in a threat. Plus, the planet has food that he just loves us, and it's his nephew's, basically his adopted home. He's got a wife and kid that live here, and Beerus, I think, would even really be kind of get attached to Gohan a little bit. He sees a lot of Goku, but a different version, kind of smarter version in some ways. Because Goku's still Goku in many respects. He's a lot smarter thanks to Whis, but he's still Goku in many respects. And you know what? I think this would be the time that we would get not this time. We would get Goten, but Goten would be more the equivalent of when Trunks was born. And so we now cut to when future Trunks shows up. Now, when future Trunks shows up, it's not Trunks. It's future Goten, I admit. See, so I rotate whether it's still Trunks or not, whether it's or whether it's someone different. In this case, we're going to make it future Goten because that would be the time period. Because where Trunks is born would actually be the area that Goten is born. And Goten, I think, would. I think I gave Trunks' mop top, but with Gohan's face. In this case, we're going to give him Goten's hair, and he's going to have blue hair. He's going to have blue Goten hair. So he's going to look like Super Saiyan Blue. So, he shows up. But to be fair, would this Gohan show up? Actually, would Goten show up? Because let's understand this right now. Goku's never died, so he can be brought back with the Dragon Balls. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think this Goku would be susceptible to a heart disease. I don't think that because even a Super Saiyan could survive. We're talking about Goku who can easily just go off and live on, who goes back and forth between Beerus' plan whatever he wants, thanks to his instantaneous movement, not instant transmission, the other one, the one that the Kais know. And he's just much stronger and kind of basically has divine abilities in him. So I think he would possibly be immune to that heart virus. And if not, they can just wish him back. I mean, Whis could just resurrect him if he wants to. It's like, no, if he's going to die. He's going to die of old age or in battle. I'm not letting my son die of some illness. And I think Whis would do that. So really, we don't have. Well, let's play a little devil's advocate here. Let's say there is a future person showing up, and let's say it is future Goten in this case. And let's say, because remember, the timelines don't actually coincide with each other. Changing the past did not change the future. It actually created an alternate timeline. So Goten's future would still be the same. So let's hypothetically say that yes, Goku did die, and then the androids came and killed off most everyone. Gohan and Goten managed to survive. Gohan was able to maybe even take out maybe Android 18, but 17 is still stronger, and then Goten decides to go back. He talks about it. He says, it's great to meet you, Dad, and things along those lines. It's great to meet you. And you can just call me G or something like that because he can't spoil the fact that he's his son. He decides to challenge Goku, and Goku just completely wastes him. This Goten could probably go Super Saiyan 2, but Goku can just do that. His Super Saiyan is probably much stronger than even... Hell, his base is probably stronger than a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Or, yeah, actually, I didn't even mean it like that, but now I think about it. Dragon Ball Super base Goku is probably... And we know for a fact that he was at least strong enough to... willingly take on Majin Buu's, base form when he worked out after the tournament preliminary, and he was able to kick Buu's. Buu actually ended up winning that bout, but due to the rules. But Goku was holding his own no problem, which means his base power is easily in the upper billions, like teen billion, or not teen, tens of billions. So yeah, I mean, Goten would put up a good fight, but otherwise, yeah, he warns them all about the androids coming. They're training, so they train for 3 years, just in case he gives them the heart virus, just in case. But again, I don't think Goku would need it. And I think just because Goku's pushing himself to train new heights, he eventually hits that Super Saiyan 4 threshold. Figuring out the way I had determined you could figure it out, going to Azaru and then recollecting yourself and then finally powering down and collapsing the power into yourself kind of thing. And he figures out how to do that and then slowly starts to learn to combine it with his god forms and all that. It's crazy how OP we're making Goku in this. Still no Mastered Ultra Instinct though. Again, he has not yet fought an opponent that's strong enough for that. But then the androids show up. It's Android 19 and 20. Jiro and 19 respectively. And remember, Goku did have a part in destroying the Red Ribbon Army, a big part, and they hate him for it. So they come, and Goku just completely just wastes them. They don't even get a chance to activate. He's like, even 19's trying to absorb the P, but then Goku just fires some God Ki and just overloads him. Just and then what? And then Jiro basically maybe maybe Jiro was able to get away. Maybe he activates 18 and 19. And they kill him. Meanwhile, Goku flies over and basically, okay, you're Android 18 and 19, and I am Android 16, and I cannot defeat you whatsoever. It's like, now to be fair, these guys would be stronger there. Because the canon timeline androids, the ones we actually were introduced to, fought against and all that stuff, were stronger than than Trunks's. They noted that. Probably just due to different time shenanigans. So I would fully imagine that the androids here would be even stronger. They just can't. They don't hold the candle to Goku. So they basically meet Goku right there and right then and there. So now this is a weird little interaction. By the way, Goten is born. Should have just plowed through that. And I'm not really gonna be factoring power levels in at this point. Though Gohan probably has Super Saiyan down, maybe even Super Saiyan 2 he's pushing. Or at least Ascended Saiyan. So ultimately, it's Goku who's facing off again. 16 wants to fight Goku, and he's threatening to, use his self-destruct to blow up the world. But Goku just, it's like, don't do that. It's like, fine. If you want to do that, we're gonna go take this place, fight somewhere else. He just grabs 16. He allows 18 and 17 to grab him, and then he just transports them away to just a vacant world where they can breathe and all that stuff. But a vacant world, and then they just have their conversation about why you need to kill it. Why? Because some guy told you to do it or something like that. You are your own individuals and everything along those lines. You don't have to be what he made you. It's like, yeah, but we still kind of want to do it just because it sounds like fun. It's like fine. Then fight takes place. 16 actually does try to destroy Goku with the bomb because he can analyze. Unlike the other two, he can actually read and analyze power levels, and it does nothing. It does not defeat Goku. In fact, if anything, Goku figures it out and just blasts him up. It's like, sorry about that. Didn't want to do that, but he was about to just blow up, so he had to do something. And now 17 and 18 are just like, whoa, he just took out 16 like that. So ultimately, they try to. They're a little worried now. It's like they don't think they have what it takes to beat Goku. Goku is like offering them an ultimatum. It's like, okay, you can do this and you will die. And Goku's being flat serious too. You can do this and you're dying. I'm not even using to be like Beer's like, I'm not even using 1% of my power right now. I can give you another option. I don't want to have to kill you. You guys actually don't seem evil. You just seem like, and Goku even says, you just seem like kind of like spoiled, rowdy kids, if I'm going to be honest. So I'll give you a choice. I can give you guys another chance at life, or a chance to have a life, and just live your lives the way you want to live them, or we can do this. And so he gives them the choice. He also says too, and if you just try to go against this option, I will find you, and I will kill you. It's not quite like that, but you know what I mean. So they weigh their options. Like they quickly realize that, and Goku even just like, if you want proof about that, he shows off just Super Saiyan alone. It's like, yeah, take your pick. And they're just like, we'll take the second option. All right then, and that's a good choice. So grab my hand. It's like, what? It's like, Or just put a hand on my shoulders, and then they transport immediately back to the same area. This took maybe like 5 minutes overall, and they're like, "Wow!" It's like, "What? You brought him back?" Yeah, I had to blow up the redheaded guy, but these guys, I think we're okay with. I think they're not gonna cause any trouble. Are you guys? Like, no. If anything, you made a good point. It's like we really didn't have much choice, and we'd like to at least try to have a chance at having a life. So thanks. And I guess. Yeah, no problem. Just try to stay out of trouble and don't, because I will find you. And yeah, again, that threat, and then he kind of just, gives them just the warning again, and they go off on their way. And 18 kind of, 17, they look at the group, it's like, well, this is awkward. Yeah, kind of is. You guys want to get some food or something? It's like, oh yeah, I mean, we haven't killed anyone, so I guess we're not in trouble or anything, I suppose. And I guess they all go out and have some food at Capsule Corp, and 18 and 17 kind of get to know the crew just a little bit. And 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 18's actually starting to mingle with Krillin a little bit, and things are starting to, it's a little sparks like, oh well, hi. It's like, hey. And 17's just like, I don't get it, and then and 17's actually having a kind of chill conversation with 17 and 17 with Piccolo and things like. So they're starting to integrate with the group a little bit, and then they hear a report on the news about people mysteriously disappearing. And we're gonna leave it at that with Cell starting to raise his ugly head. That was what I was about to say. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave that off. So that's the end of this What If. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do that at some point. And this is the week of who would wins. I've already got the who would wins basically planned out, but I'll always take more suggestions. Obviously, that's where the suggestions come from. I can always think of stuff on my own, but obviously it helps me if you want to give me suggestions. It means I don't have to look up more suggestions. I just have to basically look up the information on the fighters, and it makes you guys a part of the channel. I'll always give you guys shout outs just because it makes us kind of a community, things along those lines. So yeah. Anyway, I'm done. And tomorrow, thing is, tomorrow's who would win. I'm still having difficulty finding an opponent for that, for the one I have available, because it's one of the magic characters, and it's one who I haven't figured out, because it's Tamio. If you know who Tamio, or Tamio, depending on your pronunciation, the Moonfolk Planeswalker. She actually has quite a laundry list of abilities. But if you can figure out an opponent that would work for her, please let me know. I won't get to the who would win until later in the afternoon anyway. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.